you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, like, when was the first time that you knew that there was something more? Like, how old were you, or like your origin story?
Actually, it was around the age of 11 or 12
Okay.
when I was just looking at the mirror. I used to love looking at the mirror and looking at myself as a kid. And I was just looking into the mirror and I was looking into my eyes. And that was the first time I had like an out of body experience where I felt that I was looking at myself from a third person view.
Wow.
And the question that came to my mind was, is this it? Like, am I this body? Am I something more? Who am I? And is this all that there is? And I think there was a deep knowing that no, there is more. There has to be more. So I think, yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah, that's crazy because, like, for me, I think you and I have a very similar, like, there's a lot of similarities in our story. And when you were saying about looking in the mirror, I think I did that as a like a young teenager before, the same, because I don't know why, but it was just like when you look in your eyes, and if you ever do this with a person, like, when you know you don't speak and you sit across from them and you do that stare, like the gaze, there's some kind of like you can feel the communication.
Yes.
And a lot of times people can't take the energy. So they look away and they, right? So I'm one of the people that I can hold the gaze and hold the conversation with no words, right? So, and it's intense. So it's overwhelming for some people, right? We did it as an exercise in high school, I remember. I used to belong to like a youth group. So I think we did it then. It was just something to do. And it was kind of like to tell the person that they're loved or something. Like there was a meaning behind it. I don't remember, but like just put an intention out there and see if they can feel it. A lot of people are crying, like, because they don't, like, when you're conscious and you feel that, it's crazy, right? Like it's a different.
Yeah, absolutely. So how was your experience in that setup?
I didn't really have anything like that, like nothing out of body, or I just was one of those kids that questioned everything. Like there was never a day I didn't ask a question. And every adult I knew, I wanted answers. So I was kind of a little bit of an annoying kid, right? Because I wanted to know the reason why everything was happening, because I didn't understand. And the great thing about my dad is he always answered. He never got mad. He always tried to give me an answer, right? Like tried to figure it out. So I never stopped asking questions. And when I got into high school or college, I would pressure the people that would teach me, because they signed up to be a teacher. So I want to know, if you're going to teach me about a topic, I want to know all the things. Because when I collect all the data, then I can make a decision, right? Sorry.
No. I resonate with this completely because I was also that annoying kid who has so many questions. And some of the teachers would actually get irritated with me because they didn't have the answers. So it was
a lot of times they didn't.
Yeah. There were some who would accept, like, okay, I don't have the answer right now, but I'll come back to you. But some of them just got annoyed.
But some of the teachers that didn't, like, they didn't stop teaching me, those are the ones I will remember for the rest of my life. Because in the subject or in the area that they taught me, or even like friends too, right? It, like, when you spread your wisdom or what you know to other people, I think it's a gift, right? And like the greatest gift you can give somebody is your time, because that's the most valuable thing you have, right? So you only have so much time, and if you're willing to dedicate your life to like teaching somebody about something, it's like there's honor in that, right? So I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Okay, here's a good one. This one might trigger both of us. When was the first time you realized your voice was suppressed?
That's really interesting. I think when I was a kid, I was kind of like, have you watched Harry Potter?
No.
Um, no, okay. So Hermione is this kid who's like always has her hand raised and always wants to say something. So as a kid, 5 or 6 years old, I was like that. And I don't really know exactly when the shift happened, where I was this person who wanted to share everything and speak and talk. And then suddenly there was this change where I was keeping things to myself. I think while growing up, when you get dismissed by certain people, or like, sometimes your opinion is mocked. And I actually faced quite a lot of bullying in school and college. So I think that's when I completely shut down and I was like, it doesn't matter if anybody understands me or let them misunderstand me. I am not giving explanations to anyone. And I think that's when I sort of shut down.
So, like, for me, it's the same, right? Like, I was extreme bullying,
Hmm.
like in younger grades. Um,
Hmm.
and then the dismissive from adults, right?
Hmm.
So, like,
Hmm.
pushed aside voice was not like valued. So, like, I had all this data and all this knowledge that I had soaked up, but it didn't
Hmm.
matter when I showed up with my stuff, whatever I learned.
Hmm.
It was like they trauma dumped on me just because the way my energy is. I think we're both have very similar energies where we're like very soft, right?
Yes.
Like we have a
Yes.
very like, and it's not in a bad way. It's just the way we
Hmm.
perceive the world. But we're both like sponges, so we
Hmm.
take in all of the energy, all the information. And
Hmm.
when people trauma dump or treat you poorly, you still take that energy on you. There's no like discernment on like what you shouldn't allow, right? So for me, I would always take on other people's pain, right? So that's a lot of weight. So the more
Hmm.
weight you're putting in your bucket, the more you retreat because you don't want to carry it
Hmm.
anymore, right? So then I would spend time alone,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
Because then I could
Yeah.
purge the energy. And when I became an adult, people are horrible. And I just kind of hid, right? For 15 years I didn't have a relationship. I didn't do a lot of things. Like I kind of just stayed to myself and it gave me peace, which is sad because you should have community and connection. But I
True.
think I just like I'm learning more now that you need to have the right community. Like how
Exactly.
yeah, like what we have now, everybody
Yeah.
picks everybody up, but
Yeah.
in my own world, like
Hmm.
people look down on me and I think a lot of the times it's because I like shine a certain way or like people think I'm maybe arrogant or narcissistic, but I'm not. It's just them projecting, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you talked about the mirror. Like I got bullied in this year and they trauma dumped on me and they called me a narcissist and I don't understand because that's totally not who I am.
True. Not
You know
true.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of got to
I
transmute the energy, right?
hmm I completely get it when you say that people perceive us as being arrogant just
Mm.
because we are like introverts and we don't like speak that much. They think that we're like, high nosed and
Yes.
don't want to talk to anyone. But no, no, that's not true
But they put
at all.
you on a pedestal and then they don't talk to you and they don't, it's all them that put that energy into the space, right? So, like,
Yeah.
people have been talking to me and saying things about me, and I look at them and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm nice. I would never hurt anybody or, you know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to come say hi, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know. I don't feel I put the vibe out. I
Uh,
yeah, I think it's them projecting. So I don't
yeah.
The world is fun. I'm learning about the mirror, right? The more,
Yes,
because everybody that sits across from me on Zoom is a mirror of me.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's kind of
Mm.
crazy, right?
Yes.
But then you relate to everybody in a different way, and then you see yourself in a different way, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there a moment in your journey when you realized you were ready to reclaim your voice? Was there like a time when you just said, enough is enough? Like, how do I, or I'm just going to stand up, you know?
Hmm. So I think it's quite interesting the way it happened. That is, a few years back, I was actually suffering from chronic cough, and like I had upper respiratory tract infection, and that lasted for a year.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was crazy. I used to keep coughing a lot every single day, and I went to all kinds of doctors, and even the most reputed doctors, they couldn't do anything about it, and nothing was working. And then one of my colleagues actually suggested that maybe you should try throat chakra meditation. And I feel that maybe your throat chakra is blocked and you don't really express yourself that much. And I was like, at that point of time, I was like, I'm ready to try anything, anything that will help. And I
Right.
just found some meditations on YouTube, and I started doing that along with the medicines that were already going on. And that made a remarkable difference. It was so surprising to me. I went back to her and I told her that you gave me this advice, I followed it and it worked. I mean, I can't even believe. And I think that's how I slowly started working on my throat chakra, and slowly that transformation started happening where I started speaking up and I started expressing myself and started talking.
But that is medicine,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like you just speaking. Like today's a big step for you because you don't really talk on your stories.
Yeah.
Like you do the voiceover, but you know this is going to be published on YouTube, right? So
Yes.
you're
Yes.
taking a step today, which I said to someone yesterday, I'm so excited because it's a big step, right? It's
It's a
I know how uncomfortable it is to say anything. Like I'm just 3 weeks talking on the internet, right?
mm,
So for me, I can feel the crunchiness of it all, that as they say, right? Like but look at
yeah.
you, just taking one more step is another step in that medicine, right? So like for me, I'll tell you my story.
Absolutely.
6 months I had a sore throat like you.
Okay.
Same. And I tried everything. I was doing like medicine, like Halls or like a Vicks or something every day. I went to all the doctors. So I got an ultrasound and I'm laying on the table and the lady's doing the ultrasound. And her and I start talking about her relationship. And I was in there for half an hour and I helped her because she was broken up with her boyfriend, moved into another apartment, and they wanted to get back together. And I helped her move through her pain point, which is what I'm doing now, is helping people kind
Mm,
of solve problems in their life. And
mm.
my throat stopped hurting.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
and it was like almost instantly. And I said to her, I think this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. And
Mm,
then I got the results and there was nothing wrong.
wow.
So after that, I started to think like maybe this is something that I really need to like think about. It's like you
Mm,
you you don't think that speaking up is medicine, right?
mm,
But
mm.
ultimately, it's stuck energy, and I
Yeah.
need to move through the stuck energy.
Mm,
But we're not taught that here in Western medicine,
yeah.
right? There's nothing here like this. Like I have a Reiki teacher and she teaches me a little bit, but other than that, there's no speak of chakras, or you know what I mean? Like I
Mm,
have to go and look for people to teach me.
mm.
So I don't know, it's kind of really interesting because even that story is very similar, right?
Yes.
This was a year, and mine was like, but every time I come and talk on here, my throat hurts, and then it goes
Hmm.
away.
Yeah.
So it's great. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we have very similar stories and
Yeah.
experience.
So what are some practices you do to reconnect with your voice? Like, are things you do like meditations or experiences?
Yes, so I like to meditate. There's a chakra alignment meditation. I like to do that. I also like to journal because sometimes when I'm not able to speak out, then I write. Something that I've started doing very recently is we were talking about all these. How to note down your ideas and how to use the notes app and how to come up with the content ideas. So I noticed one thing that when I write it down and when I come to it later, I somehow don't have that energy, the same energy that I
Yeah.
had when I had the idea. So I decided to leave voice notes instead of me talking about that.
I carry it with me in my purse.
Wow, oh my God. So I started using voice notes, and when I would hear that later, whenever I'm ready to film, I could feel that energy in the voice. So it would be more natural for me to talk on camera, and I think that really helps me to reconnect with my voice.
It's crazy that you talk about connecting to the energy of a space and time before, right?
Hmm.
So like, and
Hmm.
that's another thing when you kind of become a little bit more awake, like people don't think that way, right? So
Hmm.
you connect to who you were in the moment that you felt the energy, and then you bring that forward, right? And I think that's
Yeah.
awesome because that's part of your creative process, which a lot of people wouldn't do, right? And you
Hmm.
think of people like musicians, like that would be a
Yeah.
great tip for them to like you get that inspired action, you record it with your emotion, and then you reconnect to it. It's like plugging into the energy.
Yes, yes. It works so much better than just noting down the idea. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I think when we speak, we can speak a lot more than typing so much.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I think that helps. But I still have one step to go, in the sense that since I was a kid, I used to love singing a lot.
Same.
But
Oh my God.
at this point, we are the same people.
Yeah, I got bullied so bad I stopped singing one day in
And
choir.
I used to think that I sing well, but others around me were not very appreciative or like they didn't encourage much. My music teacher used to like my voice a lot in school, but she was the only one who was encouraging, and she would ask me to sing. And I don't know why the others, like classmates, they were not into singing and stuff, so they would like make fun of people who sing. It's just
Mm.
like crazy. I don't understand. So I think I still have that one step to go where I actually sing. Like, even if it's in stories, which is going to like disappear in 24 hours,
So
I
if we
just
ever
have to
get
challenge.
together, we're gonna have to go to karaoke just for fun.
Yeah. 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 So, like, just challenge myself. It's okay. Like, just release that.
Have fun.
So,
Nobody cares. It's gonna, like you say, if it goes away in 24 hours, it's whatever.
yeah. Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
what about you? What do you do
Like,
to
oh, so
reconnect?
for me, the most important thing that I've learned because the way I elevate, like, so right now I'm elevating quickly. A lot of the times I need to ground.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if I know that I'm getting what I call overloaded,
Hmm.
I just have to either, if I can't ground in nature, I ground the best way I know how. Because you
Hmm.
can connect to that energy even if you're not there. But the best thing to do is to like stand on the earth, right? And I
Hmm.
see people like we have a lot of snow here in the winter. Like So I've never done it outside in the winter. I kind of don't, but in the summer, I don't wear socks. I always on
Hmm.
bare feet, I always walk
Hmm.
around the yard, right? So, and if I can't do that, I ground like at a tree, like on my walks, right? And then I try to move the energy through my heart. So whenever something comes into my body, I recognize the energy and I try to push it out that way. And I don't know how to explain it, how I know that. I just, one day I did it and it helped. Like if you get a migraine or
Hmm.
an overload, right?
Hmm.
Um, I just show gratitude for the lesson and then I push it out.
So we have different chakras in our body, like that's along the spine. So we have like the root chakra, then sacral chakras, solar plexus, heart chakra, like that. And each chakra has a certain sound or frequency that is related to it. So when we play those frequencies and we meditate upon those points in our body, we are basically aligning the energy in the body, and that helps move the energy,
I need
circulate
that
it.
one.
I will share it with
Yeah,
you.
okay. I'm going to try it
Yes.
today.
Yes. I'm going to share it with you.
Yeah, and see
So
how it moves through.
yes, yeah.
Says a lot of people are afraid of speaking their truth because they worry about rejection or conflict. How can someone move through that fear? So, what advice would you give somebody to kind of like maybe start? Like, what first small steps? Because I know for you and me, I'm assuming it wasn't very easy. It was a very slow and long road for me to feel comfortable to come out and start speaking, right?
I think the first hurdle that comes in when we want to speak out is the desire for validation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I that's what I felt like. If I would speak out something, say something, and people would agree with me, I felt comfortable that okay, it's been received well.
Yeah.
But suppose people don't agree with me, then there were two roads basically. I would either go into the people pleasing mode and be like, yeah, 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 you have a point too. I mean, yeah, I understand that's valid. Or I would go into a state of hurt where I'm like, okay, I need to shut down. Maybe I don't need to speak that much, or maybe I'm not making sense, or like,
Mm-hmm.
not the right thing to say. I think if we can move past that desire for validation and realize that what the other person is saying is a reflection of them
Mm-hmm.
rather than what is being said in response to what I said,
Mm-hmm.
um, then it's possible to detach from their reaction or response.
So what you
And I
just
think,
said, sorry, is
mhm,
you're no longer going out. You're now
hmm,
going inward, right? So you're feeling safe or like validation from yourself. And that
yes.
kind of disconnection is important because
Hmm.
before you were looking for external validation, but you see the worth and the value within you,
Mm,
right? So when you
yes,
speak, it's valid, but you see the mirror, but you detach from their energy that they're projecting. So, like, yes, it's a mirror, but also it's not always like I'm not chasing any longer. I'm standing in my truth. And that gives
yes,
you like the confidence, which is what confidence was taken from you
hmm,
previously, right? Does that make sense?
yes, yes, absolutely. Also, like, there are so many different perspectives
Mm-hmm.
that people can have in the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's no one is right or no one is wrong. It is just the glasses that they are wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to affect the way I express myself.
Mm-hmm. So, like, speaking of expressing yourself, you have a lot of fun with the creative process with your Instagram. I think it's really great the way, like, every single video or reel that you make is different and it's
Yeah.
fun and it's playful, right? So I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people because it's a safe space. So generally what I'm doing is creating a safe space, and I think you're doing that same thing because whenever I leave your content, it's very like heartwarming, or you know what I mean, like it's happy. No, but it's good because like you're being playful, but you're doing it in a creative way. Like,
Mm.
don't ever change your style. I think it's really good. And I think the people that need to find you will find you, right? Because there's so much, say, noise in this world.
Mm.
It's a great way to connect with, like, I want to say an innocence, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Yeah.
purity about your content, right? It's fun and
Thank
playful and, like, yeah.
you.
No, but it's good. You need that, though, right? So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think on the internet, it's even more difficult
Hmm.
expressing yourself because there are so many opinions
Yeah.
and people can actually leave whatever comment they want to leave. There's like complete freedom. And I
Yeah.
think people think as much, like as much they would think before saying something to someone in a physical space.
There's
They
no
don't think as much.
consequence.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I think I think that's somewhere blocking me in the sense that I have this visibility wound still,
Yeah.
where I feel that, if suddenly there are so many people watching my content, then I might just get overwhelmed and shut down.
Hmm.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something that I still need to work upon.
But essentially, if you shut down, you're stopping your creative flow, which is really sad because I think you need to share your gifts with the world. And look what's happening to my voice when I say that. My
Yeah,
voice just stopped. Like I couldn't spit it
yeah,
out. But I'm like, if I were to shut down and I were to stop doing this tomorrow, it's
mm,
very like isolating, right?
yeah,
Because right now I get to share and connect, which is
mm,
what we need moving forward as community.
yeah. And I think that, we both are we've been isolated for a very long time and we finally found a community. And maybe we will be that community for someone who's isolating themselves and who will feel seen and heard through the community that we end up creating. So I think that's why we should not stop or shut down.
Yeah, but our content isn't overwhelming because we're not
Hmm.
dancing and trying to prove anything. We're just speaking to the person on the other side like a friend, right?
Hmm.
And I think in the world of AI and like what's moving forward is there going to be more people that are completely isolated. And even if
Hmm.
they only connect to you on the screen, it's in a very like natural human way, right?
Hmm.
Like we speak about our troubles or our victories, but it's very like this, like just a conversation.
Yeah.
We're not like you and I, we don't perform on the internet.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It feels
Yeah.
very uncomfortable for me because we both have visibility wounds. So
Yes,
for me,
exactly.
my content has to be very, it has to flow naturally or else I don't care. Like the day
Hmm.
you see me dancing or lip syncing to audio, I think I'm either gonna. I think it's gonna be because I became very comfortable with my visibility wound, and I think it's
Hmm.
gonna be hilarious the day I push send because I'm gonna look back and be like, I said I would never do this. You know what I mean? But now there's freedom, and I get to create and be whoever I want. You know,
Yes.
so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
You might see a dancing video next week. I don't know. Probably
And you
not.
might see me singing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I think I'm so grateful for the internet because just imagine we all living in such different places, and
Mhm.
I would have never been able to connect with all of you if it was not for the internet, right?
Mhm.
So that is amazing.
We're
Hmm.
taught division and like we're taught to like do your own thing and have your own stuff and compete with your neighbor. And it's really
Hmm.
sad because like I was talking to one of the girls in our class, and she was talking about my garden and how
Hmm.
I have so much abundance in
Hmm.
nature that I wouldn't
Hmm.
throw it out. I would give it to my neighbors.
Hmm.
Just in the abundance is where the connection is,
Hmm.
right? So, like, the fact that I had so much to give, that
Hmm.
person may not have been alone. It would have been alone all day. Like, it would have been a senior. And then they got to spend a half an hour with me over tomatoes. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like
like the
abundance
sweetest
is the
gesture.
currency. What's that?
That's like the sweetest gesture to, connect over something
Silly.
simple and
Yeah, but it's not
yeah.
monetary. Like, I don't, like, it's not about money. It's not
Yeah.
about you owe me. It's about giving, right? And
Mm.
somebody said to me yesterday, they're like, you keep giving. And I'm like my sign is a Leo. So I'm a
Mm.
sun. So the way it's
Mm.
explained to me is I give, but the sun
Mm.
gives and doesn't ask for anything in return. Like, that's my personality, right?
Mm.
So I don't understand, like, it's just, I have the energy. I just have to give it away. Does that make
Mm.
sense?
Yes, because it's overflowing, so it
Yeah, but I
needs to
think we're
be.
all abundant.
Yes. Um, we need to realize that somewhere because there's this scarcity mindset where
Mhm.
we keep feeling like, oh no, there isn't enough, and that's why we need to compete. Uh, but I think if we all realize that we are, at the end of the day, we are all abundant, then we would collaborate instead of competing.
Right. That's cool though. I like it. What is the one thing you want the world to know?
Okay. Um, I don't know if you're very religious or not, but I'm not very religious, but I believe in God, and I think the one thing that I want the world to know is that God exists, and you're the child of God, and as a result, you're abundant. Like, let's just think of it this way that there's this very rich and very wealthy king, and he has this huge kingdom, and you're the prince, but prince or princess, and you've forgotten that you are the king's child, and you're roaming around the whole place thinking that, oh God, what do I need to do? How do I need to earn? Where will I stay? This, that. And it's a journey of remembrance. And you go back and you realize that, oh, I'm the king's son, I'm the king's daughter. I don't really have anything to worry about. Like, I have everything that I need and more. And I feel it's the same journey with us to remember that we are God's children and we are abundant in all ways. And we don't really need to worry about anything as long as we remember that we are with God.
Hmm. So mine's very similar, but mine is, I have a different language. And I think it's
Huh.
just a different atmosphere that I grew up in. I call it source, and I'm able to connect to that abundant energy. People try to connect with like plant medicine or, whatever. I believe that you don't need substances and you don't need anything to connect because you just are. So
Yeah.
you are a part of that energy. You are abundant, right? Like, it just flows through you. Now,
Hmm.
someone yesterday mentioned that people can do these plant medicines and it brings you to that energy quicker or more awake. And
Hmm.
I believe I'm so abundant that when I feel the energy, I don't want to alter my state
Yeah.
because the vibration is so high that if I
Hmm.
do take a substance or a plant medicine, it ruins the energy. And maybe I don't know because I've never done anything like that before, but it doesn't make sense to me, right?
Hmm.
People
Hmm.
try to like amplify it
Hmm.
and you're already abundant.
Yeah.
Like when I connect, it's so pure, and it's sometimes you just cry. It's just so
Yeah.
pure. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
and it's just a different language of what you just said.
Yeah.
Um, because when you show up with gratitude in your heart, you can like create or be or have or do anything, I believe. I think that's why a lot of people are successful in life because they know how abundant they are,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then for
Yeah.
me, my abundance looks different than the guy next to me. Like I would
Yes.
never want to be like I don't need material possessions
Hmm.
be validated, right? Like I know what it feels like to live with less and be so
Hmm.
happy. Like you think of people that don't have a lot of things and they're so happy. Like that's
Hmm.
what I know. And sure, you can have the fancy house and the fancy car and the pretty spouse, but
Hmm.
it's internal,
Yes.
right? So I
Yes.
don't know if that kind of answers your question, but it's just a different perspective, but it's a very similar basis.
Malor. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That we are abundant, and abundance looks different for different people. Like
Hmm.
you said, it for me also it is not materialistic.
No.
Like having enough to be comfortable, but I don't really need the designer bags and the fancy cars and all of that. I think there are many rich people who have all of that and feel empty. So
Hmm.
I think we don't need that experience to realize that it's
But I'm not saying it's bad. It's still a form of abundance. And if you show gratitude in that, I think it's beautiful. But I also
yes.
think like you need to give back. You need to give some of that energy out to the world, whether you
Mm,
volunteer or, like do nonprofit. Like there's energy that needs to be spread because not
mm,
everyone, like there's people in a lower vibration that don't have the tools and the skills to go where you've gone, right?
mm,
So I
mm,
think there needs to be a spread of like whether it's wealth or energy or whatever the thing is. Like
mm,
for me, I want to always make sure that like kids have food. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like I think it's
mm,
important. Or like I would love to do a nonprofit where I feed disaster victims, like people that they can't help their situation, right? So
yeah,
there's a need for more. Even if I do this business, I want to be able to do something else that like really gives back because I believe that energy just is like it's a current. You have to
mm,
give, you have to push out and in, like you have to push the energy into you to heal and help and grow. That's your abundance, but you need to push it out as well.
mm,
So think of it like the garden, like
uh,
I compost and that comes
mm,
back to me in the new year, right? So I'm giving something out and it comes
yeah,
back. And that's where the abundance is created. Like nature
mm,
is I just love nature, right? Like that's where I ground
yeah.
and I meditate. So,
Yes, nature keeps giving and giving, and
yeah.
everything is cyclical. So,
Yes.
uh, yeah.
But the
So,
abundance in God or the abundance in source is cyclical too, right? Because you
yes.
push it out and you receive, right? So it's just like when you have a spouse, you both are
Mm,
like a masculine, feminine energy. It's a play, it's a back and
mm,
forth of like creation,
mm,
right?
yeah.
So
Mm,
I mean, if you're not in a relationship, it's okay. You just push, you still have to do the cyclical energy, whether it's like for me, I'm creating a business. That's still a birth of
mm,
something, right?
yes.
So it
Mm,
doesn't matter what you have or where you are in life as long as you're moving energy. It's when you get stuck in something, that's when you have disease,
yeah. Very
right?
true.
Like
Very true.
you and I
Yes.
with the throat chakra, if we didn't stand up, we probably would have
Yes.
had problems down the road, but we moved the energy. So I read something on your Instagram. It said, "May it find this seeker like me." I think I love that.
Thank you. Um, I think it was the Who Am I
Yes.
post. Yeah, yeah. So I was just this was before I created the account. I was thinking like what is the purpose of every post or every reel that I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that it's like this message in a bottle or in the sea, or like, this lantern that we just uh, tie. And it has to go where it has to go. Like, I cannot control its path,
Yeah.
and I don't wish to control its path. May the person find the thing that I have been also looking for. And yeah, I think that's how we end up connecting and finding each other.
But like you said earlier, your truth is the medicine,
Hmm.
right? So what
Hmm.
you put out in the world is going to help somebody heal. So you're
Yeah.
giving of yourself, right? You're creating, but you're doing it in a way that when someone connects with your page, they're able
Hmm.
to find their voice, but it's going to be a
Hmm.
soft, gradual growth like what you and I did, right? It doesn't need to be some harsh jump off the cliff moment, right? Like
Yeah,
it's confidence built over time. So
exactly.
I think you just putting that intention out that it's going to find the right people is great, because I
Hmm.
think we all need to do that, right? Like just release it, and wherever it
Hmm.
lands, right? When you release the outcome, that means that it can come back to you because you're not trying to control the energy.
This video as well, like, we just release it out into the world
Yeah.
with the energy that may find the ones who are seeking the medicine that we
Yeah.
are sharing, the experience that we are sharing.
Yeah, I think it's great that we have conversations like this, right?
This is really so much fun. And yeah, I think this makes us feel seen and
Mm-hmm.
heard.
Yeah.
And the ones watching would also feel seen and heard
Mm-hmm.
and a little less alone in this world.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, we should definitely do it
Yeah.
again.
Yes, yes. So for me, what is your intention with your business? And I am so impressed. You have all these different platforms. You have a school community, you're on YouTube and Instagram, and you have these beautiful courses and offerings, which is so amazing. And I'm like, how do you handle all of that together while working? I'm like struggling with one Instagram account and my work. And so what is your intention behind your business, and what is your motivation behind your business?
So ultimately, I don't want people to suffer. So I don't want them to stay stuck in the energy. So imagine you and
Mm,
I stayed stuck in our vocals, like our
mm,
voice, and then that
mm,
creates a disease. I think people need to move through the energy and move
mm,
on. So, like, acknowledge the problem or the situation, feel it, and transmute it, right? Because now look at how you feel right now in this moment. Do you feel your
mm.
energy today? If you stay
Yeah,
stuck, you'll never feel this. You'll never feel
yeah,
the sunshine on your face, let's say.
yeah,
You see what I mean?
yeah.
Like, how do you grow and live a life where you don't know what it feels like to have warmth on your skin? Do you
Mm,
see what I mean? So, like, for me, I want to help people get unstuck.
mm,
So, I think I was stuck for so long in my adult life that my life just passed me by.
mm,
Right. And if
mm.
anyone knows that feeling, it's horrible because you only get so much time here. Right.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think it's important that people take the time to go inward. And that's what all my products do, is nothing's
Mm,
external until the
mm,
end. So
yeah.
everything is a process of
Mm,
acknowledgement, you know, doing the inner
mm,
work, and then pushing the energy out and sharing it with the world. So
mm,
if I could help someone loosen up their throat chakra and learn how to speak, that course would teach them in a different way than you and I went through, but it would be a foundation. Like they would start small and kind of a lot of the stuff that I do is journaling. Like the course
mm,
is you sitting with yourself and answering the questions that I ask. And then
mm,
there's community in the school where you can talk to other people that are having the same issues, or, like I've been to therapy, I've been to a cheap
Hmm.
therapist, and I've been to an extremely expensive therapist.
Hmm.
Essentially, they're just muddying the waters. Like, yes, they're
Hmm.
helping me. They're absolutely
Hmm.
helping me, but you have to be willing to do the internal work yourself, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So I created a situation in my life where I had anxiety and depression. I was medicated for 9 years, but I
Hmm.
created the situation. I never had a
Hmm.
chemical imbalance in my brain. I just chose not to deal with it, the problem. And
Hmm.
then I masked it. So,
Hmm.
and I'm not saying people don't take medication, like do the work, like do the proper stuff, but you
Hmm.
also have to go inward, right?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
tools I have are for people that really want to do the work and sit with themselves. Now, I offered
Hmm.
my course for free to a couple people, and only
Hmm.
people that really want to do the work are actually taking the course right now. Like
Yeah.
people have access to it, but they're not doing the work. So that's on
Hmm.
them. Like I can't control
Yeah.
the outcome. So I just show up, and whoever shows up, that's who I help, because I know they need it,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Like
So,
we cannot force anybody, and I think it's an internal calling um,
but think of a
to do.
relationship. Let's say you're chasing your partner. They're just going to run away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if you
Yeah.
stand in your truth and you heal yourself, you both have space to heal on your own. That's a real relationship. That's
Hmm.
that's what
Yeah.
foundations are built on, and that's where people are married for 50 years,
Yeah.
right? And if
Yeah.
you don't do the internal work, that's where the divorce rate skyrockets, because
Hmm.
ultimately someone will rise in the relationship and someone
Hmm.
won't.
Hmm.
See?
Wow.
So in my
Yeah.
marriage, I kept doing the work, and
Hmm.
he didn't want to do the work. So when I
Hmm.
left, I was blamed for all of his problems because he wouldn't face,
Hmm.
right? So it's very hard because ultimately we're here to grow, like nature. We're here to rise. We're here to expand. We have seasons. You got to move
Hmm.
through the seasons, right? And as I'm saying this, my throat hurts, but it's the truth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you really want a healthy, happy relationship, you have to do your foundational work. And I think that's part of like the root of why I do it too, because no one should suffer, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm not like a
Yeah.
couples therapist or anything. So I just know my
But
own
that,
experience.
yeah, but that makes so much sense. Like two people, whether it's any relationship,
Mhm.
one is rising and one is not willing to do the work, and or I mean, either ways, it is going to be a mismatch at some point.
So
So that is,
every time I rose, I lost a person.
yeah,
So
yeah,
now I have to rise and attract someone that's already rising,
yes,
right? So now I have to
yes.
be able to hold space for some, like a divine masculine that's healed. Where
Mm.
before I was dating a wounded child. You see what I'm saying? And it's not that
Yeah.
they were a child, but like they have a wounded child and a wounded
I,
masculine, right?
mm,
So
mm,
I understand that now. So I have to do the inner work to heal my inner child, to heal my divine masculine, my divine feminine energy before I can enter into a relationship, because how is it going to be successful long term if I don't
mm.
do the work myself? So a lot of these courses are things I need. I need to do them. So that's how I know how to create them, right? So like if you go create a product, what do you need right now? You might only need to create a vocal program, which you should have done before, but you never had the tool. Well, now you have the skills because you know what that tool should look like.
Mm.
So your school
Yeah,
could just be vocal work,
yeah.
right?
Mm,
Which is
yeah.
amazing. Vocal work, visibility work. And all I do is record like this once and post it
Yeah.
in it's not hard because you
Mm.
make it hard, right? Like I was nervous to record the videos, but I'm doing this every day. So why am I nervous? It's all in my brain.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah,
So, I mean, if you want help with doing a school, let me know.
yes, absolutely.
Heck, you're already a teacher, so you don't have an excuse.
Yeah, I will have to think of what it is that I would like to share and invite people to. And then I'm definitely going to ask you how to go about with the school community
Yeah,
and
but why don't you
everything.
start teaching French online to people with different languages barriers? Like that's your skill. It's a vocal thing.
Yeah,
It's not personal energy work. You don't have to
yeah,
go that route, right? And it's literally like as long as you don't have any NDAs, you didn't
huh,
sign anything, it could be
yeah,
something that's that simple. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated because I think
yeah,
you fear being shut down is that
mm,
is what you do for a living. They can't shut you down on that. There's some security there.
yeah,
And it could
yeah,
just be a basics course. It doesn't need to be
yeah,
anything crazy, you know?
yeah.
Because, like,
That's a good idea.
yeah, but someone like me, I've always wanted to learn French, but I need to speak. And then people can book one on ones where they just talk to you
Mm,
like this anywhere in
yes,
the
yeah,
world, right? And
yeah.
it's practice. That's
That would be
that's
amazing.
crazy though.
Yeah, like anybody from around the world. And I'm very comfortable teaching French. I feel I'm in my zone when I'm like, teaching French. So yeah, I will think about that.
Yeah, but that's simple for you, right?
Yes,
It's a
yes.
no-brainer.
I would like to thank you for creating this space, this beautiful, beautiful space, where I was able to express myself, and I had a wonderful conversation with you. And I would love to do this again. And yeah, I think for anyone watching, I think it's okay to be an introvert. There's no issue in being an introvert. But if you feel that you're not able to express your boundaries or, what's acceptable and not acceptable to you, then that needs to change. And if anybody wants to work on that, I guess they can reach out to us. And yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I'm super proud of you. You've
Oh,
come
thank
like such a long way. I've only met you like not even a month ago. And to watch everyone in the group come out of their shell, like today's call, I was really excited because I'm like, she's going to do it. She's not going to
Yeah,
cancel it. Like, yeah, it was so exciting. And we always have great
yeah,
conversation, right? Like,
yeah.
it's very pure and very honest and like very positive. Like, look at your bright yellow shirt. Like, I love it. So yeah, I look forward to like another episode. This is awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah, you
so
have a
much.
great day and then I'll
You
talk to you soon.